I'm running this brief testimony to you, Mr. Holman, about your company, Father's Time, and your product, A-Game. I first want to commend you for creating such a great herbal formula. I felt as if I was on a downward course. First, I suffered from high blood pressure and high cholesterol, and then diabetes. Not to mention my lack of enthusiasm and sexual drive. But thanks to A-Game, those diseases are part of my past. I am a new man. Something told me to keep going. I've taken A-Game for several months now, and it has had a positive, dramatic impact on my life. I have vitality again. I feel invincible, powerful, and focused, and my numbers have reversed to the joy of my family and doctor. As far as my bedroom goes, I've tried the popular pills once or twice, mainly out of desperation. Personally, I don't like unnatural synthetic stuff in my body. Oftentimes they didn't work, and reading about the side effects can be pretty scary. I don't know. They aren't sure if it will fix my problem, but ruin several other organs in the process, and they have no clue how it will affect me in the future. I need A-Game. It's all natural, and your unique blend is unlike anything else on the market. A-Game gives me the strength and energy to be at my best day in and day out. It just works. So thank you for supporting my journey. I can now tell others, never, never give up. Sincerely, one happy customer.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love. Salute to everybody that's in the building right now. Shout out to all of the visionaries. Shout out to all the visionaries that's in the building. Shout out to everybody that's going to be coming through. Shout out to the A-Game family. Salute to the A-Game nation. We back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, and I appreciate all the love and the support. So let's start out by hitting that like button for me, family. Let's start out by hitting that like button for me. Let's start out by hitting that like button. After you hit the like button, make sure you share this show. Share this show. Share it on your community tab, your Discord servers. Make sure you share this show, man. We're going to get into it today. This is a very important topic. Make sure you share this show, brothers. Because today, we're going to go down that road that a lot of us are afraid to go. But we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about it today. So make sure y'all hit that like button and make sure y'all share this show. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Let me get over here to the chat room and give some shout outs. Shout out to my man, Sir O in the building. Salute my brother, as always. Shout out to Miss Angie. What's going on, Miss Angie? Good to see you. Always holding it down and supporting the show. Appreciate it. Shout out to my brother, Walt Diddy. Shout out to my brother, Walt Diddy. Appreciate you, my brother. A-Game family. Shout out to Larry Vaughn in the building. Peace, my brother. I appreciate your support as always. Shout out to A.L. Evans in the building. Salute, A.L. Shout out to Perfectly Imperfect. You like the sheet. Shout out to you, Perfectly Imperfect. Shout out to Fierce Soul in the building. Shout out to Fierce Soul. Yeah, we're going to get into it today, Fierce Soul. I appreciate that, A.L. Shout out to Aaron Collins in the building. Shout out to the real Aaron Collins. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, bro. The Iron Statesman. What's going on, man? Salute. Salute. Man, I appreciate that, Larry Vaughn. Appreciate that, my brother. Appreciate that. Salute. Salute to the family. Salute to the A-Game family. Salute to my comrades. MTG TV. What's going on, MTG TV? Welcome. Welcome to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Y'all see today's title. But before we get into the show, make sure y'all go and check out my premiere that I dropped a few hours ago. Make sure y'all go and check that out because it ties into today's show. Shout out to Matt McKee, man. I see you, Matt. Salute. Shout out to my man Matt in the building. Shout out to my man Suavemente. Shout out to Third Ward, always coming through and supporting, man. Shout out to you, bro. Y'all see today's title. This is why Black men are committing suicide. Yes, we're going to talk about that today, brothers. We're going to discuss the real elephant in the room. See, a lot of us think that Black men don't want to talk about business. Black men don't want to talk about money. Black men don't want to talk about investments. This is the elephant in the room. See, this topic is what all these dudes around here run from. They run from this. They scurry away. See, because today is when we dive deep into what Black men are really going through. See, we could get up here and do all the fronting. We could do all of that. We can do all of that. But what happens when them same dudes that's fronting take their own life? What happens then? What happens when the six-figure guy kills himself? Shout out to Star P in the building. Juan G's, salute. What happens then? Rest in peace to Renegade One. Rest in peace to Force Windu. What do we have to say then? And see, this topic is very sensitive to me because I just lost one of my best friends to suicide. Last year on New Year's Day, I was woken up on New Year's Day last year with the news that on New Year's night, when the ball dropped, my man blew his brains out. This is why I tell y'all, this is why I tell y'all to know y'all role and play it. Understand what lane you're in. You see? Understand what part you play. You see? See, because I'm going to come and speak life into brothers in a whole nother way. See, because I done dealt with this shit. You see? See, over here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, it's called Sheep Stay Sleep TV because the sheep are not only the blue pillars, but the ones who subscribe to the lost value system. See, we're not trying to wake up you guys from your sleep. We allow you to stay asleep. But there's a lot of brothers who are going through things. And money is their last fucking issue. See? See, today we're going to talk about why black men are committing suicide and why there's more black men killing themselves now ever since the scamdemic. The suicide rate for black men has risen since the scamdemic. Why is this? With all this money running around, with all this business opportunity running around here, why is niggas killing themselves? Why? See, look, somebody put it in the chat. Why are y'all killing yourselves? Why y'all killing yourselves? With all of this money? Because remember, the problem for black men is money. Black men are broke. So why do we have six-figure dudes that's in this space who killed themselves? Force Windu was a six-figure earner. So was Renegade One. Why did they kill themselves? I'm going to show you why they killed themselves. They killed themselves because they were suffering internally. They were suffering internally. And most of them were suffering internally because they were following the lost value system. See, because like I said in my pre-record, the lost value system is promoted as the winning value system. So if you're not successful in the American value system, which is the lost value system, you're a loser. You're a loser. But when you are successful in the lost value system, right? When you're just living through your wealth, your leisure, profession, education, and mobility, right? What happens is you become spiritually bankrupt. And see, that's what happens to a lot of us black men. When we get caught up serving the lost value system, we lose ourselves. We lose our health. We lose our families. Then there's no peace in our homes. See, this is the first reason why a lot of black men are killing themselves now, because they're trying to keep up. They're trying to keep up this appearance and this lifestyle that they want to promote to the world. Like, hey, look, I'm lit. I'm not broke. I drive this. I drive that. I'm a winner. See, because that's what the lost value system tells you. You're winning. So if Force Windu was winning based on the lost value system, he was winning. Why he take his life? If you winning, why do most dudes who are winning take their life? Michael K. Williams, rest in peace. That brother was winning in the lost value system. When it came to the lost value system, Michael K. Williams was winning. World-renowned actor, won Emmys. Why he couldn't get off drugs? He killed himself. He overdosed. Yeah, his shit was spiked, but he still OD'd. Why was he even still participating in doing drugs? Why? Because when you follow the lost value system and that becomes the value system that serves your life, there's no truth in your life. So it's easy for the drugs to creep in because there's no truth and there's no care. And then there was never no love and support. There was never no love and support. So you get hooked on the drugs and now you ain't got no standard. You see? And then it becomes no peace in your life. You ain't got no peace in your life. Michael K. Williams lived in a $1 million condo building in Brooklyn, in Williamsburg. Where he lived, people that got money lived there. But he's sitting in his condo doing heroin. Doing heroin. Why? Why? Why, when you find out about Michael K. Williams, now you see why he was doing the drugs. Now you know why. Why couldn't the money heal him? Why couldn't his opportunities stop him from sniffing dope? Tell me. Tell me. Explain it to me. Why isn't the money, why didn't the money stop him from doing drugs? Why didn't all his accomplishments in the world stop him from sniffing heroin? Why? Then we got another brother. Rest in peace to Fuquan Johnson. Why couldn't he stop doing coke? He was a Hollywood actor. He was in Hollywood. He was getting high with celebrities like Kate Quigley. Why he couldn't stop sniffing coke? Why his money and his accomplishments in the world, why it didn't stop him from getting high off coke? And destroying his mind. Why? Why isn't money stopping black men from committing suicide? Why isn't success stopping black men from committing suicide? Somebody answer that for me. Why is there more successful people killing themselves than broke people? There's more mentally fragile rich black men than mentally fragile broke black men. You know how you know the proof of that? Why do you think most of these rich dudes, women, end up leaving them for somebody that's broke? For somebody who got less than a man or less than what her husband had. It's because the dude was a jellyback. He was weak. He was weak. And he was weak because he didn't understand his internal value. That's why he was weak. He don't understand internal value. He thinks that his strength comes from his income. He thinks that his authority comes from his profession. He thinks that his masculinity is written on a PhD. This is why they're killing themselves. Because they realize after 30, 40, 50 years that they've been doing every goddamn thing backward. That's why. That's why. That's why they keep getting high. That's why they can't get off the coke. That's why they can't get off the fentanyl. Because they realize they've been following a backward way of life. That's what they realized. And that shit turns into a mental illness. It turns into mental hardship, like depression. I just found out like a year or two ago that depression was a mental illness. I never knew depression was a mental illness. I never knew that shit. I thought it was just something we go through as men. Like depression, that's normal. That's what we supposed to do. Like we supposed to deal with that. That's what I thought. Shout out to my brother Walt Diddy. He said, shout out to the XLV. Yes, sir. Shout out to the 10 life value system. And shout out to Dr. Holman too. Shout out to the doc. I just had to find that out. Like, damn, depression is not just normal for black men. That's not normal. I thought that was a normal way of thinking for black men. Depression, that's nothing. Mental hardships, that's nothing. Until I actually had to start reading more and finding out, like, dog, you are making things that are not normal to you. And when you do things like that, DS1, you have a mental illness. You are suffering from depression, DS1. You think it's normal. No, you're depressed. That's not good. I had to tell myself this 2 years ago when I figured this shit out. Because I thought that's just what we go through. You know, that's just what it is. That's what I thought. But that's not true, black men. That's not true. That is not true. Depression is not normal. Depression is a mental illness, bro. Understand that. Stress is not normal. You are not supposed to be stressed out, brother. That's not normal. Those are called mental hardships. And a lot of black men don't know how to deal with these things because they don't have the proper SOS or the men around them with SOS to get them through that. You see, we're not taught how to properly deal with our emotions as black men. We're not taught how to do that. And the reason why we're not taught how to do that is because we're living in a system where that shit don't matter. Everybody's goddamn crazy in this system. Everybody, because the system makes you that way. The lost value system makes you suicidal. That's what it does. It makes you this way. What do you think made the Joker who he was? The Joker became who he was because of this. And the people in his life who practiced this and who lived this type of lifestyle, which was his mother, which is why he ended up the way he did. See, the Joker was suicidal and homicidal. How many of us black men know black men like that? I never thought my man would kill himself. Never. Never. I never would have thought that shit. Not one of my mans. Not one of mine. Nah, he ain't do that. He ain't do that. Nah. When they told me that, I said no. Nah, somebody did something to my man. Because I don't see none of my bros doing that. But you know what that did? That woke me up. That woke me up. See, that's how I know that black men need to heal before you build. Because there's too many black men suffering in silence. My man got up every day and went to work. He got up every day and went to work. Every day. He's a forklift driver. Went to work every day. Every day. But what you going to work for when you feel like nobody love you? When you feel like your family is not there? What you working for? What you working toward? When you come home and you have your check and you barely can enjoy it for yourself. Or when you give your check up, people still treat you like shit. The same shit you dudes talk about in this space. It's some of the same reasons why my man killed himself. Not feeling appreciated. Not feeling like they really matter in anyone's life. The same shit y'all come around here and talk about, man. But see, we want to deflect from that conversation and put it back on women. No. Let's talk about how you really feel. How you really feel about yourself when nobody's around. When nobody's around. See, you could come up here and front all you want. I know what I hear. I know when I hear loneliness and anguish. I know. I know. This is why I say we got to heal before we build. We got to be each other's agency. Because I know. I just spoke to a brother the other day. He will remain nameless, but he support my show every day. Me and him just had a conversation, man, and he told me. He said, yo, man, you and the Crimson Cure content stopped me from committing suicide. That's what he told me in 2021. With all the crypto, with all this shit going on, dealing with money, you got black men out here still thinking to take their life. See, we can't ignore that. Maybe you can. That's your job. It's your job to ignore it. It's not my job to. You see, you got to know who you are. You got to know who you are. See, the lost value system, that's why it's called exactly what it is, because you lose the value of yourself. That's why the first value in the 10 life value system is spiritual value. That's why the first 5, which we call the internal 5, is about you. It's not about your job. It's not about your raises and your income. It's about you. And there's a lot of black men out here killing themselves because they think they ain't got enough money. Killing themselves because they can't come around and do what these niggas do, like pop bottles and drip and trick. You got black men taking themselves out because of this. Because they can't partake in the fuckery. Because that's what it is. And I wish my brother, man, I wish he would have thought to call me or hit me on Facebook or anything. Because I'd have told my brother, man, bro, you doing what you got to do. You taking care of your family. That's what matter. Niggas out, them niggas on the block don't matter. We know that. We already was out there. We know nobody care about us out there. We know. What you trying to keep up for? Bro, them days over, bro. It's time to focus on what's real in life, which is you, your health, your family, and your home. All this other shit is bullshit. And that's what I'm going to continue to let black men know. All this other shit is background noise. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's background noise. See, I'm here to deal with the man. That's who I'm here to deal with. Who you are without your uniform on. Who you are without your Rolex on. Who you are without your Benz. Who you are regardless of all that shit. That's the man I want to talk to. If not, stay away from me. Stay away from me. You want to be a fraud and a little pookie pop off? Go over there. Because you're not real anyway. You're a bot. You're a bot. See, men who follow the lost value system, you become a cyborg. You become a bot. That's what you become. A drone. Because you don't think for yourself. Because you don't even think about yourself. How you going to think for yourself when you don't think about yourself? You do everything in reference to what somebody else wants, to what somebody else says, to what somebody else likes. So how you doing something for you? How are you really growing? You just doing shit so everybody could say, oh, look at him. And there's too many black men who look at dudes that do that and think that that is the life of a man. That is not the life of a man. That is the life of a groupie. And see, brothers, you got to understand that the lost value system is what creates these kind of dudes that you're trying to keep up with. You're trying to keep up with flunkies. That's who you're trying to keep up with. You're trying to keep up with groupies and doges, water boys, dudes who carry the equipment after practice. The ball boy, the one who go and gather up all the balls after practice is over. See, you trying to keep up with them kind of dudes. And you need to stop, brother. Because those brothers practice the lost value system and there's no peace in their life. So what makes you think by trying to keep up with them that there's going to be peace in your life? What makes you think you're going to have a peace of mind when you don't do shit for yourself? You do shit for the validation of others. So how do you have a peace of mind? How do you sleep at night? I see why you can't. I see why you can't. I see why you can't. I see what's keeping you up at night. What's keeping you up at night is you. It's you. It's your subconscious mind telling you, hey, Stop lying. Hey, it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to show the world exactly what you have to offer. Everyone is unique. Nobody was born when you were born at the same exact time with the same stars aligned. No, everyone has their own carbon footprint. So with that being said, everyone has their own purpose, brother. So you don't need to be chasing what you see these other niggas chasing. Be comfortable with who you are. If you like anime and that's what you went to, that's who you are. Don't turn into a gangster who likes anime. Don't turn into a street cat that likes comic books. Just like comic books, bro. You don't got to be street. Just like what you like. Be who you are. Stop trying to impress people. That's what you do. That's what the lost value system tells you to do. You got to show everybody what you got. You got to show everybody what you make. You got to show everybody, hey, look at me. Because what good is practicing the lost value system if you're not getting any notoriety? What good is it? What good is it? What good is having a Benz, but you ain't gonna show nobody you got it? This is the mindset of the sheep. This is the mindset of the follower. This is the mindset of a bot. And black man, you don't have to be that way. Accept yourself. This is why in the 10 life value system, it starts with internal value, the acceptance and the loving of self. Whether you got a college degree or whether you don't, whether you drive a Benz or whether you don't, whether you make 6 figures or whether you don't. To love yourself is free. To take care of yourself is free. To love your family and have your family love you, that's free, nigga. That's free. Don't put yourself in a mental hardship to try to keep up with a bunch of niggas that nobody likes. That a bunch of niggas that nobody love. Trying to keep up with a bunch of niggas who are not wanted by anyone. Because when you do that, you're going to become one of them. You're going to become one of them. You're going to become one of them. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. You're going to become one of them. And you know why you're going to become one of them? Because you don't know who you are. You're trying to find yourself by being validated through other people. So you only think you handsome because somebody said you fly. I look good. I'm fly. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. See, you think that because that's what the lost value system tells you. Oh, yeah, as long as you're wearing this, yeah, you're fly. Yeah, you're successful. Well, let me let you know something. When you get shot, they cut all those clothes up, bruh. Let me repeat that. When you get shot or you're fighting for your life, all that fly shit, they rip it and cut it up. When they're trying to save your life, they're going to rip your little Versace shirt to shreds. They're going to cut up your Amiri jeans to save your life. To save your life. None of that shit going to mean nothing when your life is in jeopardy. When your life is in danger. None of that's going to mean anything. It's not. Shout out to Gold Professor. He said this speaks to the difference between men and males. Gold Professor, peace to the God. They're going to cut that shit off. They're going to cut your jeans right up to shreds to try to save your life. Because that's more important than them jeans on your ass. That's more important. That's more important. You see? See, black man, your internal value is what makes you valuable in the first place. That's what makes you valuable in the first place. See, the external stuff, that's the icing on the cake. That's the icing on the cake. That's the icing. The degrees, the six-figure income, that's the icing. Women just don't like icing, bro. They like cake. And not money. They like the cake. They want to taste the cake, meaning the ingredients. Y'all hit the like button, man. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button. See, because now y'all done got me fired up. See, because when we talking about the ingredients, here's the ingredients. The internal 5 is the ingredients. That's your substance. And a lot of you dudes don't have no substance. And the dudes that do have substance, they're questioning who they are because of a lost value system and because you lost niggas keep running around here promoting that shit like you're winning. So that's making real solid dudes, real solid men question what the hell they doing in this world. Should I be wicked like everybody else? Should I be a sellout nigga like everybody else? Maybe that'll make me feel better. What is being a sellout now? Getting money? There's no such thing as a sellout now. It's about getting money. Nobody's selling out. Niggas need money. Niggas need money. But all the black men with all the money, where are they? They in the entertainment and in the sports industry. And what is connected to the entertainment and the sports industry? Drugs. And why is drug usage connected to sports and entertainment? Because the black men who are in there come from what? Trauma. You see why I said black male conflict is a business? They profit off of our trauma. They capitalize off of us not understanding our internal value. This is how they keep making slaves. They keep making you niggas into slaves because you don't value who you are. You value what master gonna give you. You master those, you honor master's crumbs that falls off his table and you lay there with your mouth open. That's more valuable than who the hell you are. And they want black men to continue to think like this about themselves. They want black men to keep thinking like this. This is how they stay in power. This is how the other men stay ruling industries and shit. Because niggas are asleep. Black men are sleeping. Black men want to drip and trick. They want us to stay in here. They want us to continue to practice the lost value system. They want that. They want the mentality that comes behind the practice of it. Because then that will incentivize other black men to practice it. Because we winning. Because we winning. Michael K. Williams was winning. Fuquan Johnson was winning. Force Windu was winning. According to the lost value system, they were winning. They were winning. They were winning. They were appearing to win, to be winners. They didn't feel like winners. That's why he kept sniffing heroin. Because no matter how many Emmys he won, no matter how much money he had, he never felt whole. He never felt complete. See, the 10 life value system is a complete system. It's complete. It addresses the man entirely. And for anyone who's been asking for this chart that's listening, screenshot it right now. I'm going to give y'all a minute to screenshot it. A lot of people has been asking me for these charts. Whenever you see me put them up, just screenshot them, bros. Just screenshot them and you could keep them for yourself. But this is a complete system. See, this lost value system, it's not complete. It's not complete. See, with the lost value system, you don't have spiritual value. You don't have any health. You don't care about your health. You don't care about your family. You see? It's not complete. This is why Michael K. Williams didn't feel whole. He didn't feel like a whole man. And he didn't feel like a whole man because he was missing the important parts of himself, which is his internal. Which was his internal. That remained missing. The internal values remained void, regardless to what money he made. He still never became a better person to himself, not to what y'all niggas see. See, because it's always about what somebody else see with y'all. This is how you know when a person living a lie. Because it's always about what everybody else see. No, what do you see? What do you see? What do you see about yourself? That's what's important. That's what creates ambition and drive in a man. What he sees within himself. Not what other niggas value. Not what other men say is important. But what's important to him. And I need you brothers to understand that what's important to you outweighs what the goddamn world got to say about you. So if you ain't lit, you still the shit, bro. Because you may not be lit to the world, but your woman love you. Your children love you. You ain't hungry every day. All your bills are paid. See? Stop trying to live up to the standards of the world. Because to the world, nigga, you will never do enough. Never. So keep living up to the standards of the world. And we're gonna keep killing ourselves. We're gonna keep killing ourselves. Because we competing with some shit that we can't compete with. You trying to compete with savages. Because that's who made the lost value system. Because a savage is void of value. A demon is void of value. I'm on demon time. I'm on demon time. Gang, gang. You ain't got no value. That's why when somebody blow your brains out, nobody gonna feel bad. Because you was running around here on demon time. You ain't had no value. Nobody, what's somebody gonna value your life for? You ain't value your own. You ain't value your own. And when you follow the lost value system, you telling people you don't value your life because you don't. You want everybody else to value your life. You want everybody else to tell you you a good man, you a leader, you a boss, you this, you that. Nigga, because you ain't telling yourself that because you know that's not what you are. Because you know that's not what you are. You see? See, when we talking about the law of attraction, it's about what you tell yourself first. What you tell yourself is what manifests on the outside for you. So that is a way that you stop yourself from committing suicide, brother. Is first, you make sure you connect yourself to a value system, the 10 life value system, preferably. That's just my preference. Where this system will break down your life into the 10 areas that's the most important. Write down what's good about you spiritually, what's bad about you. What's good about your health, what's bad about your health, what you want to work on with your health, what you want to work on with your spiritual. What's going to make you a better father? Do you love your family? Do you love being at home? Is there peace in your house where you dwell? And if there's not, how do you change that? What are you going to do? See, this is what's important for Black men. See, if we focus on these things, the concept of suicide will be far, far away. Because we're not trying to keep up with nobody or compete with nobody, especially another Black man. What I'm competing with you for? To do what? Where we competing to go? To jail? Where we competing to go? To the graveyard together? What are we competing for? To do what? To say, oh, I won. I'm a winner. You're a loser. That's what that is. This is why Black men are committing suicide. This is why. Because there's no outlets for Black men where there's Black men who understand them. See, I know why my homie didn't call me. I know why he didn't call nobody really. Because he felt like he didn't want to be a burden on nobody. He didn't want to be a burden on nobody. He know we all got our own children. We all got our own families. He like, man, I don't want to call them, man. They probably going through their own shit. Not knowing that, listen, bro, you my brother, man. I can make time. Let's chop it up. But I know what he going through because I still suffer from that shit too. Well, I don't want to call nobody. Well, I'm going to just deal with shit on my own. I'm going to just deal with it. But it comes to a point where brothers can't deal with everything on their own. Shit gets overwhelming for men too. We human, brothers. We human. We not machines. Don't let these niggas get up here and talk to you like they machines. We human, bro. We human. And we got to treat each other as such. Stop getting up here talking about, well, black women don't treat black men like they're human. Nigga, do you treat other black men like they're human? Or do you talk to other black men just like them strags? Do you talk about black men just like them strags? How do you treat black men? What do you think about your fellow black man? What do you think, nigga? How do you treat them, nigga? Huh? That's the real question. Because we dealing with men. We ain't dealing with the women. Shout out to the Crimson Cure. She's in charge of the girls. She's in charge of the girls. Okay? Stop talking about them. Nigga, I'm talking to you. How do you treat black men? Not on the internet. Not on the internet. In real life. How do you look at black men? How do you treat your friends? How do your homeboys treat you? How do y'all vibe? Huh? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Oh, we don't need to talk about that. You know, we need to talk about these women because this space was built on talking about women. No, that's what Tommy Sotomayor's platform was built off of. His platform was built off of talking about women. Okay? Let's stick to the facts. Let's stick to the facts. See? And the reason why y'all don't want to talk about the issues that plague black men is because at the end of the day, a lot of you dudes don't give a fuck. And this is why Force Window took itself out. It's why Renegade One took itself out. It's why my best friend took himself out, because he felt like nobody cared. He didn't have no love and support. There was no family environment. There's never no family environment for black men. Never. We always make each other feel uncomfortable. Acting like hoes. Dude walk up, y'all whispering like a hoe. Then y'all wonder why dudes seclude themselves. And then you hear one day he took himself out. Because we ain't got no love and support. We don't show no love and support to each other. That's why I say we our own agency. Brotherhood is a family. And a lot of us grew up in broken families. This is why we got to heal. That's why we got to heal. Because brothers commit suicide because of that unresolved trauma. Because of the tide of the depression and the things weighing on their mind. They just want to be free. They don't want to think about this world no more. And the shit that come along with it. And all you fake ass niggas, they got to try to impress. So my bro said, man, I'm out of here, y'all. My bro said, I'm out. I ain't gonna stress y'all. I know y'all going through y'all own shit. I'm gonna just go ahead and get up out of here. That shit hurt, man. That shit hurt. That shit hurts. Little do y'all know, that shit hurt. That shit hurts. That shit hurt. I sit up here and come up here and talk what I talk every day on YouTube. I talk to other brothers. That shit hurt me when I found out my man killed himself. That shit hurt me. I said, damn, bro. I speak life into other dudes every day. Why you ain't? But then I gotta think, nah, you should have reached out too. You should have been calling more, checking more on them too. He took his life on New Year's Day. The money didn't matter no more, nigga. See, when you dealing with real shit in life, but see, a lot of you dudes got fake struggle stories. This is why y'all can't vibe with certain things and certain brothers. Because a lot of y'all got fake struggle stories. They fake. They not real. They're not real. Because if they were, you would act accordingly. You wouldn't say the shit that you say, but you say it because you fake. And this is why a lot of brothers just go ahead and kill themselves, because they realize that they're in a world with a bunch of fake motherfuckers. That's what happens. Damn, I'm in a world full of fake people, man. Where am I? Why do I want to be here still? Everybody act like they fuck with me and they don't. Everybody act like they cool with me and they not. This is what goes through black men's mind. Damn, I done been with my baby mama done left me. I thought she loved me. She can't stand me. My grandmama just died. And you niggas sitting around here being goofy. Goofbots. Showing the goddamn algorithm just how much you ready for the metaverse. It's a goofbot. Black men still out here killing themselves. Jumping off roofs and shit. High off drugs, jumping off of roofs. Blowing their brains out. My man blew his brains out, nigga. In the closet, in his room. I never try to keep up with you suckers. And black men, I advise you not to. Don't try to keep up and hold up this shit right here. Stop trying to hold up this shit. Because you might end up one day in that closet with that Glock, like my man did. He used that same weapon that he was using to protect himself and turned it in on himself. Because of a lost value system that told him that he wasn't shit. And then you got black men running around here telling other niggas the same thing. But then say, oh, we advocate for black men. You just told a nigga he wasn't shit. And he was never going to be shit. You wonder why black men killing themselves? You wonder why? I know a lot of y'all probably like, man, you know, people who kill themselves, that's just weak. That's not weak, bro. That's not weak. You know how much strength it takes to take your own life? Do you know how much strength and courage it takes to kill yourself? You know how fed up you got to be to kill yourself? But see, we kill ourselves because we're following a system that has been killing us since we were little boys. We've been dying inside since we were little boys. So now you're 40 years old and you still practice this same value system. Do you wonder why niggas can't stop popping pills? You wonder why they can't stop drinking liquor? You wonder why they can't put the drugs down? You wonder why they can't put the weed down? This ain't got nothing to do with no money, nigga. This ain't got nothing to do with no money, you goofy. I'm talking to you like a man. Fuck your money. Let me say it again. Fuck your money. That's yours. I came to have real conversations with men. I don't care how much money you make. You know why? Because we ain't fucking. That's why women care about how much goddamn money you make and what kind of car you drive, because they want to know what they could get from you. Men don't care about that. Men don't judge men according to that. Men judge men on a character. Who are you? And see, that's what's going to stop a man from killing himself when he knows who the hell he is. And he loves himself. And he know people that love him. You see? See, I want to talk to the man. I don't want to talk to that little dirty nigga who trying to show off for everybody. I want to talk to the real person. I don't want to talk to your internet persona. I'm talking to you. I'm talking through your avatar, nigga. I'm talking to you. Because that's who needs to be spoken to. Because that's who's thinking about taking himself out. Not the party guy. Hey guys, we're lit. Hip Hop Harry. Not talking to Hip Hop Harry. I'm talking to the man that's in the goddamn suit. I want to get to know him. Because that's who's going to be my brother. Not Hip Hop Harry. That's who's going to provide agency with me. That's who's going to be my agency. Not Hip Hop Harry. And we can't provide agency. And what is agency, DS1? How do we provide agency? Through our teachings, through our services and through our products. That is how we provide agency. That is how. You see? And black men, we are our own agency. This is why we got to heal. Got to heal, brothers. Suicide is a real thing for black men. Stop thinking it's just, black men don't really kill themselves like that. Look at the statistics. They've went up since the scamdemic. It has went up. Suicide is real for us, brothers. And the reason why a lot of us is killing ourselves is because we trying to keep up with some shit that don't even really matter. So, brothers, understand that it starts with the internal 5. It starts with who you are, not what you are. It's who you are first. Then it's what you are. If you don't love yourself, you're making monies in vain. You don't have no love and support. Making monies in vain. And that's what happens to a lot of us brothers. We begin to live in vanity. That's what the lost value system is. Vanity. And living a vain life will lead to suicide. It will. So shout out to everybody in the building. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Shout out to everybody. Leo Puma, I appreciate the super chat. Much love to you. Shout out to everybody in the building. Excuse me, y'all. But I appreciate all the visionaries. Appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate all the support. If you hit the super chat, if you hit the Cash App, I appreciate you. If you would like to donate, Cash App $SheepStaySleepTV is where you can go. Go ahead and hit the Cash App up. If you have, I appreciate it, man. Shout out to all of the visionaries. Shout out to the whole A-Game family, man. I appreciate the A-Game family for always holding your brother down. Much love to the whole A-Game family. Salute to the entire A-Game nation. We a nation, man. Shout out to the A-Game nation. Much love to y'all. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And don't forget, brothers, get down in the comment section and let me know what y'all think. Shout out to the real Aaron Collins. I appreciate you, my brother. Salute to you and blessings to you, man. Shout out to everybody once again. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to today's show. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, a Sheep Stay Sleep TV, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This show is sponsored, and this channel is sponsored by A-Game, a male herbal solution. A male herbal solution. Fellas, get down in the description box and join this A-Game lifestyle. This is a lifestyle promoting optimal health for us men. It's a lifestyle that promotes optimal health for us men. It is for our energy. It is for our vitality. It is for our strength. And it is for our libido. Fellas, join this A-Game lifestyle simply by clicking the link in the description box. And at your checkout, type in the promo code SHEEP and the number 10. That's SHEEP and the number 10. Get a discount off on your purchase.